Hi everyone, I'm Sean Taylor, Director of Music for Berkshire Choral International, and I'm with our newly announced conductor for our week in Berlin this summer, Dr. Marie Bucoy-Calavan. We are so excited to welcome you to the BCI family and have our 175 singers meet you in Berlin this summer. What has the last year looked like for you?
I'm now the newly appointed artistic director for the Choral Arts Society of Washington here in DC, and have had wonderful opportunities to engage in amazing collaborations and perform at the Kennedy Center.
What are some of your experiences as a conductor that were significant in shaping and moving your career forward?
Actually, some of the more interesting things that have changed me as a conductor include some of the BCI family. My mentor from my master's was with Robert Eistad, who is also conducting this year and has conducted in the past, but this year in Amherst, Massachusetts. Also, I had the wonderful opportunity to go and to get my doctorate at CCM. And there I was also the May Festival Conducting Fellow, where I got to assist in preparing and conducting for the May Festival Chorus, who also is a part of Cincinnati Symphony. And I've also dabbled in preparing and conducting opera. So I really enjoy conducting Mozart opera in particular, like Nozze di Figaro and L'Elisir d'Amore. I just love seeing how opera actually also is very closely intertwined to conducting choral orchestral works.
So, building on what you just talked about, your teaching experience, as you know, BCI's apprentice program offers conducting students an opportunity to not only learn by singing for you, but also will get a chance to take the podium and work with you as a conducting teacher.
I did my doctoral dissertation on conducting pedagogy, particularly amongst the different genres of conducting: wind conducting, choral conducting, orchestral conducting. So teaching that in all the mediums and in all the experiences is something that it runs very close to my heart. When I teach conducting, I love making sure that the student is comfortable and is having fun while also working hard, but most importantly, finding their own style and being effective and clear.
Leading into the repertoire that you'll be conducting for us this summer, what about Mozart's Requiem drew you to do some research projects with that? And what might singers who have performed it in the past expect to learn from you in Berlin?
So I actually, during my work at CCM, did my doctoral recital on the different editions of Mozart's Requiem. And I remember sitting in choral literature and hearing about all the different editions that existed, and the fact that this body of work written by a master actually wasn't really completed by him. And I think by and large, people don't really know that it's not fully Mozart's Requiem. And after I did my research, found that a lot of it isn't actually written by Mozart. So there's been just so many people throughout the ages who have filled in the gaps. And even the story of how Franz Süssmayr ended up being the person who completed Mozart's Requiem, why people find that to be acceptable or not acceptable, how the different editions are actually quite differing when you lay them side by side. I just found to be very fascinating. I did that for my doctoral recital. We're going to be doing the Bärenreiter edition, which is the original Franz Süssmayr completion. But I'm really excited to interact with all the singers of BCI and talk about all the different editions that might exist, just kind of on our free time, and show how this work, while actually not fully written by Mozart, shows the expressiveness and the varying emotions that Mozart had deep in his heart throughout all the different genres that he conducted in.
Chichester Psalms, which is the partner piece for this concert, is perhaps known by you and I as conducting students as a favorite piece for final exams and to demonstrate meter changes and tempo changes. But beyond that, what would you like our choristers to think about as they prepare that piece?
The depth of the meaning of the piece is something that I hope that we, in our preparations, really focus on, especially today, because it's a very interesting time. And we see, especially in the second movement, a battle between almost peace and war, where we have the why do the nations rage, sung by the tenors and basses in this very almost warlike cry, but the floatiness of the Lord is my shepherd happening at the same time. I think the message really brings about the sense of togetherness that is really needed in the context of our lives today, and hopefully that embeds itself when we prepare this beautiful work of art.
So, outside of music, what sort of things, since our choristers, many of them will be meeting you for the first time this summer, what sort of things do you enjoy doing when you're not studying scores or working on those meter changes in Chichester Psalms?
Well, first of all, I love being with my family. I think I've been talking about this with a lot. I don't think I pictured myself becoming a mother, more because the kind of conductor I wanted to be, I didn't get to see a lot of mothers doing that and conducting. So I'm really trying to embody the fact that I am a conductor and a mother. So hopefully, whether it be BCI singers or just anybody, if there's any women out there who want to be conductors at a certain level, that being a mother is a part of the process and totally possible. I also really enjoy working out. I'm a certified personal trainer. And I used to be a fitness coach for 5 years. So actually, my studies and my interests of research have kind of shifted into how group rehearsals and sports psychology can actually meld together and develop something called the athlete artist, which actually is a niche of people that exist very vibrantly. Lots of people are seeing the niche similarities between being a classical musician as well as an athlete. And I'm loving seeing how improving on one thing is actually cross-training for the other. If you train yourself in a gym, it's very similar to training yourself as a musician in a practice room. What you do today is all possible because of what you trained for the night or the day before, and what you will do later is because of the practice and rehearsal and training that you did today. So it's been a really great practice and ritual to focus on both fitness and musicianship.
Great. Well, we all look forward to seeing you in Berlin this summer, and wish you the best in preparing for that. We'll see you in a few months.